Hello, and welcome to Diana's Makerspace on this July 20th, 2025. I'd like to show you about some interior decorating I did with my room in my work area to make it more like my old house where it's not such a mishmash. Well, the first thing I did was basically I sort of put part of the bedroom in the living room and made the bedroom into an office computer room. Where I have my two printers, my idea board. This is my crafting desk, the little L. This is my tech bench, the big L. A space so that basically I can lay stuff out and also set up the card table to use it for a layout table and that though. Some of the crafting items is my second sewing machine. I'm using the bookcase to store different types of books and other stuff. And also using the second shelf to store other things here. As well as an ottoman, so that when guests come, basically they can sit on the ottoman like that though, and stuff. Now, you may ask, well, part of the reason why did I do this? Because basically, 15 months ago, I went through a year hell with when we had a new manager. They replaced a good manager, and I was accused basically of having my apartment cluttered. I showed it to my doctors. They said, no, your apartment's not cluttered. But also, I got tired of just basically just basically trying to have everything in a mishmash and not organized. Because in my old house, the third story of my old house, half of it was a craft area, entertainment, artist area. Another one was a office area, which I'll show you next. Office visiting area, which I'll show you next. And this way, there's more space. I don't feel like I'm sort of crowded. I have two screens for one computer, two screens for another computer. This is because I believe that basically it's important to, in addition to multiprocessing and threading, I think having two separate computers run, because if you run into a deadlock, the whole system locks up. So the probability that both of these guys will be deadlocked at the same time is far lower than having a multi-core system that can become deadlocked for some of the projects and research and development that I do in my retirement. As you can see, I still kept the bookcase. And what I did was this, I moved the recliner up. You can see there's the bed. I have a second TV for the bed, and also I can watch it from the recliner. And then you can see the Barbie area. And also here where I have Comet. And then as we go into the main work desk, I have it as a traditional executive work desk. A space, telephone, calculating machines underneath, file, and this is using the space in the kitchen. But part of the reason why I did this is also I sleep better in a bigger. I'm used to a bigger bedroom, not a small bedroom, and also I like to watch TV late at night, so this way this won't disturb anyone. In addition, though, I did have a sofa. I did have a Posturepedic sofa, which was wonderful. But even sitting in the recliner is hard for me because I had an auto accident many years ago that affected my hip. So basically trying to sit in a recliner is awful hard for long. So this way I can watch TV, watch the TV there, or even watch the TV here as I'm watching Comet. And you can see a foyer. And then as we walk back, you can see I got a big area so I could do some practice on my putting. So I can also practice indoors on my putting like that though too. And with my inspiration wall, another inspiration wall with some things. And again, going back in, You can see a closet with some stuff. One printer, black and white color printer, black and white scanner, craft table with the heavy duty singer, inspiration board, little exercise machine on these, so when I'm working I can also do pedaling. And you can see the tech table with the screens, bookcase. Also, I added some mauve lights to give a little color in. You can see me filming like that though, and the singer there, as well as here. But also look at the floor space. So there's plenty of floor space. So if I need to set up a layout table to do big layout, I can set up a big layout table. Well, this has been Diana's Makerspace for July 20th, 2025. Let me know what you think. The best way to reach me is on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Pinterest. And thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.